Today's topic is closer to my heart because it is that skill which started helping me way before any skill could have. Now, if you're an introvert, you definitely know, realize, and understand the cost that you have been bearing. The department and the organization is full of extroverts, and every time they overtake all the opportunities that come your way. And just because you are an introvert, you're not able to convey the right value to the stakeholders, you lose many opportunities. Now, up till now, it is fine, but what about when you plan for your next career move? What about when you plan for your next interview for the next role? Will you keep this particular problem taking over to your caliber? Of course not. So, in today's video, we are going to understand and we are going to learn that how being an introvert, you can live this journey and become an ambivert. I'm sure you understand what is an ambivert. It is somebody who knows that when, how, and what to speak. Because a strategic communication is not an artificiality, it is an imperative. No matter if you are an introvert, you must learn the art of when, how, and what to speak, because this is the only skill that will help you in gaining your next career leap. All right. And that is why it is also very close to my heart, because communication is something that started helping me way in the beginning of my career in 2007. All right. So, being from a task doer to live and complete this journey of an influential leader will definitely take some time. This will not change overnight. You will definitely have to practice it. But if you have to practice it, you need to refer something. So I bring a unique framework for you in this video. This is divided into four aspects. So one is personal, second is professional, third is internal, and fourth is external. And all these aspects have their individual values. And once you learn this framework, you will be able to live this journey from an introvert to an ambivert. And I'm not going to, teach you the language skills. Don't take it otherwise, but definitely I will help you. I will enable you to be aware of your internal dialogue and articulate your internal dialogues into a strategic communication. So, as a practice, keep a notepad and pen with you. As I always request in my videos, if you do not have it right now, pause the video, bring it, and then resume. So let's look at the framework. I call it as the authority content matrix. I request your focus to the first quadrant, which is on the bottom left, and this is the quadrant of internal personal. Because before strategizing or articulating external communication, we must need to have a dialogue with us. Before anybody else values you externally in the world, you must value yourself. So that is why we are starting with this quadrant. What is the first point in this quadrant? Mentoring impact stories. What does it mean? It means that you have been mentored by your seniors, by your gurus, by anybody in your personal life. What has been that impact in your life? How did it change you as a person? Make a note of all those key events and experiences, those names in your life who are important for you, how they impacted you. Not only this, you have also mentored many people, directly or indirectly. How have you brought impact in their life? How did you enable them in change, bringing something better in their life? Make a note of it. And that person can be anyone from your personal life. Point number two, team culture wins. What does it mean? That when you look at your career, when you look at your journey, how many teams did you gel up well with? What were the behaviors? What were those key moments that brought that great culture and you felt good in those moments? Make note of that. Point number three, vision alignment. Very, very important. How your career is aligned with your vision. What do you want to become at the end of the day? What do you want to achieve? Do you have a goal? If yes, then what is that? How your current role is contributing in that? So, vision alignment. And that's how we complete quadrant number one, internal, personal. Okay. Now, if you look at all these quadrants, what is it giving you? It is giving you insights, it is giving you data about whom? About yourself. As I said earlier, before you convince others, you need to be convinced in yourself. So gather more and more information about your win, about your life, about your journey. Let's move on to the next quadrant, top left, which is known as the internal but professional. Okay. Point number one here is strategic memos. That means all those key meetings, those key moments, those emails, conversations, meetings that have brought something great in your professional career. What have you learned from them? How many of them do you remember? Make a note of them. Point number two in this quadrant, cross functional solutions. That means while working with other departments, what solutions have you brought? What all do you remember throughout these 10, 12, 15, 20 years of a career? Make a note of all those moments. Gather as much data as you can about you. Point number three in this quadrant, process insights. The processes that you have learned over a period of time. Now, no matter what department or what function you are into, say sales, BD, marketing, uh, customer care, finance, operations, HR, anything. What processes have you learned and what insights those processes have given you? What and how have you developed your professional journey through those insights? How those insights made your professional life easy? Make a note of all this. Let's move on to quadrant number three, bottom right. That is known as external personal. Now, in this quadrant, point number one is career journey lessons. Okay, so all throughout your career, what lessons have you learned? Some key lessons, some maybe failures as well that taught you something big and you ensured that you became better after that. Make a note of it. Point number two, personal branding story. We all carry some personal brand. How do we look? How do we speak? How do we say? How do we behave? What is your personal brand? Do others only know you as an introvert? Or do you have some personal brand as well? I'm sure you do. Identify your unique positive behaviors, your branding, your style. Make a note of it. Point number three in this quadrant, executive lifestyle. Do you like wearing formals in the office? Or do you like you're more comfortable in casuals? How do you um, portray yourself? How do you come across as a person, as a professional? Make a note of it. How in your personal life do you live? Make a note of all that information. Right? So external but personal. How others perceive you. That is external. And the last quadrant in this framework, known as the external but professional. Point number one, industry perspectives. Throughout your career, what perspective have you made about the market, about the industry? What do you understand about market and industry? Make a note of it. How strong your wisdom is about the industry, about the market. Make a note of it. Point number two in this quadrant, P&A case studies. What is P&A? Power, narrative, authority. What is your power? What narrative do you want to build around it? And what authority do you want to build around it? What have been some case studies, some key events? Make a note of it from your professional life. Point number three in this quadrant, thought leadership. How, as a leader or whatever designation you are at, because no matter at what designation you are already a leader, right? You are a GM, AGM, a manager, or anybody. You are already a leader. So, what thoughts as a leader do you bring? How do you show them? How do you convey or articulate your thoughts in meetings? There is a social platform called as LinkedIn. How do you make best use of it? Right? So, how do you convey things as a leader to others? Make a note of it. Or even how do you want to convey things to others? Make a note of it. If you look at all these four quadrants, these give you a very clear insight and data about your internal dialogue as well as about your external world, your professional world, your personal world, right? Now, once you complete this exercise, you have good enough insight and data about you. And don't you think this is enough for you to complete this journey from an introvert to an ambivert and start building a communication around it? What will stop you? Nothing. Let me tell you what has been stopping you, because you do not know exactly, you do not have developed those thoughts at what exactly to convey or how to convey. But once you're clear with all this insight and this data, you'll be knowing what to talk about. All right? You'll be knowing when to talk about. You'll be knowing how to talk about. So, this framework, the authority content matrix, is an essential for any introvert who is preparing either for a next interview or preparing for a next career leap. And if you are amongst them, make best use of it right now. If you want to learn more about it, if you want to identify or go even deeper, if you want to build a communication strategy around it, I've given a one-on-one authority link in the description of this video. Do book a call with me. Let's identify all the data and insights in all these four quadrants with you. Let's frame your authority content matrix together and let's prepare for your next career leap now. I remember one of the vice presidents in one organization I worked with. I was leading the learning and development there, and he was the VP for a particular technology. He was a great guy with all the expertise. I was a fan of him. But he was known as an arrogant person in the organization. Why? Because he won't even respond to the greetings, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to anybody in the organization. People would treat him as an arrogant. One small shift brought change. I asked him one question in one of the meetings, that what stops you in responding to the greetings to anybody? And that triggered him. And slowly and gradually, he definitely took it positively and shifted his personality and started responding. And I worked in that organization for 2.5 years. I saw his journey. I saw that how from an arrogant, he lived a journey to becoming an ambivert. So do subscribe to my channel and click on the bell notification as well. I see you in my next video. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.